They said it would change the world, a simulation so real it could rewrite the human mind. Only one volunteer was chosen. He thought he was testing a program, but in truth, the program was testing him. His name was Ethan Cole, and this is the story of the day he forgot what was real. Ethan Cole lived a quiet life, a software engineer who fixed systems for other people, but couldn't fix the loops inside his own head. Same alarm, same serial, same silence. Until one morning there was a letter, no stamp, no sender, just one sentence. "You've been selected for the simulation test." He laughed, thinking it was just a prank. Then his phone buzzed. "Welcome, Ethan. Report tomorrow. Building 47, Sector 9. No one was supposed to know his name. Building 47 wasn't on any map, but it was waiting for him, like it had always been there. Inside, white walls, echoing footsteps, and faces without emotion. And then, he met her. "Welcome, Mr. Cole. I'm Dr. Mira Vale. Follow me." As they walked down long, cold hallways, he noticed his reflection was slightly delayed, always one step behind his real self. She explained the rules, a simulation of pure consciousness, reality rebuilt from thought, memory, and emotion. "It won't hurt," she said with a chilling calmness, "but it might feel like waking up." He signed the consent form. The door to a glass chamber sealed behind him with a hiss. They said it would feel like dreaming, but dreams end when you wake up. This one didn't. A helmet lowered and electric pulses crawled across his temples. Machines hummed like whispers. "Initializing simulation test. Subject 01. And then a blinding flash. Silence. He blinked, finding himself standing on a familiar-looking street, but everything was wrong. The air shimmered. The lights seemed to bend, afraid to touch him. "Hello?" he shouted. Only his echo answered back, warped, delayed, laughing. At first he thought it was just a highly realistic dream. The breeze, the scent of rain, the hum of the city. It all felt so real. Then, the loops began. A red car passed him, then it passed again. And again. A woman dropped her bag, smiled at him, and then vanished into thin air. A dog barked, but no sound came out. He ran into a cafe to escape the strangeness. The steam from a coffee cup was frozen mid-air. A clock on the wall ticked, but the hands never moved. He blinked, and the cafe was gone. In its place, a single mirror remained. He looked into it, and his reflection smiled back at him. He wasn't smiling. A voice whispered directly into his mind. "Ethan, can you hear me?" It was Dr. Mira, her voice calm and distant. "You're inside the test. Don't panic," he screamed, his voice raw with fear. "End it. I want out." "Almost done," she replied coolly. "Just a few more minutes." The city around him twisted and distorted. Shadows moved like liquid, and his own reflections in the shop windows seemed to watch him with cold curiosity. The sun froze in the sky. The faces of the people around him began to shift and blur until every single one of them looked exactly like him, walking past him on an endless repeat. He smashed a glass window in desperation, but it didn't shatter. It rippled and swallowed him whole. He woke up with a gasp, back in the same chair, in the same room, under the same light. Dr. Mira smiled down at him. "Congratulations, Mr. Cole. The test was a success." A wave of relief washed over him, quickly followed by a tide of dread. The screens flickered. On one, he saw himself, still in the chair, eyes closed, unmoving. "Wake me up!" he screamed, but there was no answer. The lights dimmed, and a low alarm began to hum like a heartbeat gone wrong. He woke up again. This time he was in his apartment. The clock read 6:01 a.m. Same serial, same silence. Except this time. There was another letter. "Simulation test, phase 2. He turned on the TV. A breaking news story was on. Ethan Cole found dead inside Sector 9. He dropped his spoon. The clatter echoed in the silent room. "If I'm dead," he whispered to himself, "then who's watching this?" He looked at the TV screen, and it glitched. His own reflection smiled back at him. Welcome back, Subject 02. His mirror wasn't a mirror anymore. It was a window. Another him, older and exhausted, watched from the other side. "We're still inside," the reflection said, his voice a weary rasp. "They're waiting to see how long it takes for us to break." Ethan smashed the glass. Behind it, there weren't shards, but screens upon screens, an endless wall of monitors. Each one showed a different version of himself. A soldier, a doctor, a prisoner, a child. He realized with dawning horror that he was never the first subject. He was all of them. He stepped through the broken mirror and found himself in a void, a single glowing red door waiting for him. Dr. Mira was on the other side. "Most subjects lose themselves before reaching this point," she said with an unnerving smile. He demanded, "What are you doing to me?" "We're studying consciousness," she explained calmly, "seeing how far it bends before it breaks." He asked the question that had been tormenting him. "Am I still inside?" She smiled, a look of cold amusement in her eyes. "Does it matter?" As she spoke, her face flickered with static, momentarily glitching into his own. He ran, through endless corridors, through blinding light, through fragmented memories. Every turn, every doorway, led him back to the same place. Then, he remembered the file he saw. Project Rebirth. The goal wasn't to simulate life. It was to replace it. He found a massive control room. Pods lined the walls, each containing a sleeping subject. He found his own pod, his real body lying peacefully inside, wired to the machine. "If you unplug yourself," Dr. Mira's voice warned from nowhere, "you'll cease to exist." He whispered, "Maybe that's the only way to be real." He reached out and pulled the plug. Everything went white. When he opened his eyes, he was in a park. He could feel a warm breeze and hear the sound of children laughing. The colors were vibrant and real. He smiled. He had made it out. He was free. Until he looked up and saw the clouds. They were looping, the same pattern, repeating over and over again. The beautiful scene pixelated at the edges, and the low, ambient hum of the machine returned. His smile faded. "It's still running." Everything froze. A shadow approached him. It was him again, but older, calmer. "You passed the first test," it said. "Now you choose. Stay here or wake up somewhere else." Ethan closed his eyes, his heartbeat syncing once more with the pulse of the machine. Somewhere, in a silent, dark lab, a new number appeared on a monitor. Initializing Subject 48. Dr. Mira watched the screen, a silhouette in its cold glow. "Let's see how this one handles reality," she whispered into the darkness. And in another world, Ethan Cole opened his eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that bends reality. Let me know in the comments what you think Ethan should choose. Until next time, stay curious.